I was just watching an amazing documentary on a monsoon.
Oh, yeah?
It was badass watching hawks swarm budgerigars and boar fights.
Wait, I'm sorry. In a monsoon?
This was this episode. It's a series called Wonders of the Monsoon or something like that, and it's this was the third episode, and it was basically showing sort of effects of the monsoon after it's just ended.
So the monsoon ends, and then animals are just like, well, fuck it, we're just going to beat the shit out of each other.
Well, like they were showing in Australia, in its red center, how there's still a drought, but the monsoon left vast pools of water.
You're throwing a lot of new concepts at me. It's red center?
Basically the middle of Australia. It's sort of its desert hellscape.
I was thinking like Red Square.
What is Red Square?
Like in Russia. Isn't that in Russia? Red Square? Isn't that a thing, or is that in China?
It sounds very Chinese.
Isn't that where the tanks were?
They both love Square. That was Tiananmen Square, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. And there's Red Square, Vermont, or there's a Red Square in Burlington, which is Burlington's hottest nightclub.
Oh, man.
So
yeah.
there's a drought.
Road trip.
There's a drought at that Burlington, Vermont nightclub, then. Is that what you're saying?
Yep. And the animals go fucking mental.
I'd say stop keeping hawks and budgerigars in the nightclub in Burlington, Vermont.
But you have to admit, it makes for a hell of a nightclub.
Oh, dude. I mean, I'm already there. No, Red Square is in Moscow.
Okay.
So that's what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah. There's no monsoons in Moscow, at least as far as I've learned. There are 2 more episodes, though, so they may go into that.
Well, you don't know. At the end of the season, they may be looking for something to spice things up a bit.
It's true. I don't judge. They do what they need to do.
But so anyways...
In this particular case, it was Australia.
It was Australia, and you had birds fighting each other.
Birds fighting each other, then in, the Philippines, that's where they had, the boar fights and boars foraging, which isn't nearly as interesting as boars fight. I would have led with boars foraging and then gone into boars fighting.
This is why you're not a documentary filmmaker.
Yeah.
Because documentary filmmakers, they would have said, you know what, that's too flashy. That's clearly pandering.
Yeah, so they have to weave a story that could be true, but just as easily couldn't be. It's like, they fight, but one ball's always bigger than the other, and so the ball makes its way down to the beach, and it starts rustling for crabs. It's like, shut the fuck up, old man.
One's always bigger than the other. Like at the one hand, it seems like, well, that's obviously the case.
Sorry, what he literally said was, "There's always a bigger pig," and I'm like, that seems like a false adage to just be throwing out on what is supposed to be sort of a learning type show, isn't it? Well, there isn't always a bigger pig, and what does that mean? It's not like the pig that's near you is always bigger than you. That's nonsense.
No, it's like they always say, that the farmers always say, look, the pig is always bigger on the other farm. So
yeah, I guess
not even worth. There's always a bigger pig out there. So don't kick yourself when you don't have the biggest pig.
I'm just tossing out wonderful Filipino life lessons here.
Wait, I thought this was in Australia.
No, Australia was the budgies and the hawks. This was in the Philippines.
Which they had a monsoon in the red center of Australia.
Apparently, if you go just north of that, just north of the red center, you basically, it gets touched by the monsoon. So that's how it...
You get the crispy shell on the outside?
You get that, that's nice.
Or is this still the layer of nougat in between the red center and the crispy shell?
This lives between the nougat and the crispy shell. It's just the very edge. It's like if you could point to a monsoon just over there, but you couldn't feel any of its effects.
Okay. So like when you can see fireworks over the horizon, but you can't really hear them.
Exactly.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Oh, but there's always a bigger monsoon. Yeah, okay, there's always bigger everything, you fucking braggart, whatever. This isn't learning.
Everything's one way unless it's another, I get it. This isn't how you write documentaries.
I mean, I'll ignore that there can't always be a bigger version of a thing. That can't always be true. There has to be one that's the biggest.
No, because there's always bigger. Because if you think you have the biggest one, just put another big one on top of it, tape them together. You've got a bigger pig.
Damn. Those lines are so blurry.
You think you've got a big pig, just feed him a handful of nuts, and then he's bigger.
A handful of nuts.
I don't know what pigs eat. Slop. But I don't really know what slop is.
Apparently they eat fruit, but it doesn't fall from the trees because the macaques end up eating it all.
Do they now?
They seem to have. They
Okay.
seem to have. I can't say they've eaten it all, but very few of those foods reach the forest floor. Wow, dramatic. Monkeys eating fruit, and boars not eating any fruit. How do they do it?
So, I'm in here fighting Belial, because you told me to go ahead without you. But then I realized that I'm in Torment 5, and I can't survive on Torment 5 on my own.
Yeah,
Like, not...
Just regale him with stories about budgerigars, hawks, Philippines, boars, crabs. Things always being bigger than other things. He'll be interested in that. He's big.
Ah, Belial, I see that you want to fight me, but I'd first like to regale you with tales of adventure. Once I was sailing up the Amazon with a number of friends of mine, and we... Oh, this story's going nowhere. I didn't think this through at all.
I'll bet you think you're big. But did you know there's always one that's bigger?
You may be the Lord of Lies, but there's a Lord of even bigger lies. A Lord of white lies.
Fibs.
Fibs. I want to meet the Lord of Fibs.
Yeah.
I picture it just as a very precocious child,
Yeah,
but like with a crown. A crown at like a rakish angle.
I don't think... Did I like any songs by America?
They did Tin Man.
Tin Man.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was Spoon Man.
No, you're right. It's the same song. Anything with man at the end is just sung. Piano Man by Billy Joel. That's...
Piano Man. I can't do Billy Joel.
That
I
was,
can do it, so whatever.
I was gonna say, but that wasn't really Billy Joel.
No, that was not.
That was still Spoon Man guy, whatever his name is. Is that Chris something? Is that the same guy who did the Casino Royale theme?
Yeah.
Chris.
So Audio Slave and the lead singer was Chris
Cornell.
Chris Cornell. Yeah.
But that was Soundgarden.
When he was in Soundgarden?
Yeah, that's Spoon Man, isn't it?
Then maybe it's because Audio Slave is Chris Cornell, isn't it?
Is it? I thought that was Soundgarden.
Oh, we're fucking awesome.
I don't fucking know anything.
Soundgarden, Spoon Man. But
Okay.
did Soundgarden have... Oh, yeah, Chris Cornell.
So I don't know where you get Audio Slave from.
Associated Acts, Audio Slave.
Well,
So if I go to Audio Slave... So wait, hold on. Audio Slave, lead singer Chris Cornell.
okay.
So we were trying to correct each other. We were both right. That's a rarity, isn't it?
Man,
Usually I'm way off.
it's very rare that you and I are wrong because we have too much information.
That's the truest word about us that could ever be said.
So I made a custard pie.
Okay.
I'm just throwing that out there. Ah, god damn it. Belial killed me. Lord of Lies.
Oh, dude, I was just around the corner.
Were you? Are you even playing?
I'm still deploying here. Hold on.
Okay, sorry. So anyways, back to my story about custard pie.
Yeah, go on.
So I made a custard pie. It's not really a story, it's more of a statement. I made my own pie crust and everything. I was pretty chuffed with myself. But the important thing is that it was really gross.
I feel like I'm all over the place. Okay, so you made a pie, you're really proud of that, but it was a really gross pie.
No, I'm proud of my own pie crust. The pie crust was good. The
Right.
filling, which was custard, was gross. It just kind of tasted like egg.
Ooh.
Yeah, like it was very...
Egg pie? Fucking hell, that sounds awful.
Just creamy, smooth, silky egg pie with
I'm
nutmeg on the
imagining
top.
that and it's not like a bunch of eggs whipped together to make a pie. I'm almost imagining like if you cut a slice of pie and it was basically just egg white and then like a little yolk at like the edge, the corner where the triangle, finishes.
Imagine you somehow had like a 2-inch square block of egg white cooked,
There
like
we
hard-boiled
go.
egg, and then you just sprinkled a little bit of nutmeg and a little bit of sugar on top, and then ate it with a piece of pie crust.
Oh, I feel like that would make it worse. I'd rather it was just the egg and the pie crust.
You know, the egg and the pie crust, I could have topped that with like some hot sauce and some ketchup, and it would have been all right. But
Yeah,
because
that's
it had,
breakfast pie, which is insane. I never heard of such a thing, but you may be onto something.
well, I think we just invented quiche.
That is quiche, isn't it? And it's almost always better than what you're describing.
Very rarely is quiche worse than slightly sweetened egg pie.
Yo, you know what? I changed my mind. I don't think you have something here. Yeah, Lord of Hell, we got you.
He's just the Lord of Lies. Oh, the true version of Lord of Hell. Yeah, I guess you're right. Why doesn't he start like that size? This is like the Power Rangers thing. Why start small just to escalate it later?
Never really understood that.
But maybe that's the attitude that like gets people shot, though. Just don't gradually escalate to gun violence. Just pull out a gun anytime someone pisses you off.
Sir, you were speeding. Ah, get out of there!
I just don't see the point in gradual escalation, so I just shot him.
Yeah. Just take it to its natural, extension and
follow it to its natural conclusion and just start shooting people.
If I've learned anything in life, it's that you don't want to be the second person shooting their gun.
Because oftentimes you don't even get to take a turn.
Yep. I'm not Andrew Jackson. I get shot immediately.
Yeah.
I can't remember how he worked. Did he get shot immediately and die? Did they miss?
If I remember the story correctly, you're talking about the one where the duel and he lets the guy go first?
Yeah.
The guy misses both shots. And then Andrew Jackson shoots him dead.
It's hardcore.
It is pretty hardcore. It is pretty hardcore to know that one of our presidents most likely murdered several people in his backyard while he was president.
Although, if it was like that today, he'd also go over and, teabag him, too.
Yeah, which is also pretty hardcore, all things considered.
He'd pull the two buttons on his ass flap, his drop ball right in his mouth.
It's a shame that we don't have more clothes with ass flaps.
I don't really understand it. Although, in all honesty, I never fully understood why we had the need for ass flaps at all.
Oh, because pulling down your pants would be such a hassle. Whereas unbuttoning your ass flap.
I understand that before elasticity, I could see that being maybe slightly more cumbersome, because presumably most pants need to be tied.
Right, but I mean, I can undo my button and zipper. I don't need I don't need a special access hatch on my jeans.
Exactly. And also, I mean, I have pants where I still wear a belt just because that's basically habit at this point.
Right.
But I have pants where I don't have to wear a belt for them to stay up.
Yeah.
And it's not just because I'm fat.
It's also because you have shapely, childbearing hips.
Well, thank you.
Don't think I didn't notice.
I saw you looking from across the country.
Miring your hips from the other side.
They're that big.
No. That's impressive and terrifying. Yeah, I don't get it. Maybe that was just a thing that,
I wonder if it's for reasons I'm not fully considering. It made the most sense when you had to deal with cold, because you could keep all your pants on when you had to go to the outhouse, and all you've got is an exposed ass flap, rather than an exposed ass and thighs and dingles. Looking it up.
I'm looking at the butt flap. Why do footy pajamas have butt flaps?
That's actually a good question. Because you can still pull them down.
Footy pajama butt flaps is maybe...
Next album name?
Yeah, my next album name is Footy Pajama Butt Flaps. I honestly can't find a good... The thing is, there's a Wikipedia article for bum flaps, but it says it's of ambiguous origin and probably intended to reduce abrasive wear to pants. But what it's showing is actually some guy...
What, you unass your flaps and then sit directly on your ass?
The picture they're showing is a picture of some guy who looks like he basically took an additional piece of leather and hung it off his ass over his ass. I guess off his belt over his ass.
Is it assless chaps?
He's got double-assed chaps.
Yeah. Double-assed chaps.
Double the ass for double the pleasure.
You want a fine-looking couple of double-assed chaps?
Its bum flaps are often worn as a superfluous fashion statement, usually emblazoned with punk iconography. No, that's not true. That's never been true.
I don't think that's the era I was imagining.
Yeah, there were a lot of punks back in those days.
Bitch, I don't even care if it's Baroque.
Footy pajamas butt flap. Again, no real explanation as to why they have butt flaps. And then all I see here is I never knew so many sexual things could be done while wearing footy pajamas. Which I guess almost all of them could be if the butt flap is there providing access to the sexual bits.
Yeah, I don't think it makes available things that were otherwise unavailable.
Right, it doesn't open up a whole new avenue. I mean, unless it's like you were getting very cold, completely disrobing, and were hoping to find some way of just keeping fleece on, or whatever that scratchy material those footy pajamas used to be made out of.
I'd say the wildest thing I could imagine that would be unique to footy pajamas, or possibly waiters, would be
hip waiters.
It would be basically coming down them so that it like fills her boots. But like you can't fill her boots. Like it'd be in there, and that'd be sort of funny.
No,
but it's
you need so much.
You'd need a lot. Yeah. No, I don't think you could fill it. I regret using the word fill.
But actually, now it is begging this question, because I like this idea now of filling someone's onesie footy pajamas.
There you go.
But like with like baked
Applesauce?
beans or something.
Baked beans. Oh.
I feel like baked beans were the kind of thing that they used to have in like kids' movies. Whenever they needed to pour something on someone's head, it was like baked beans.
Yeah, does like anyone even eat baked beans anymore that isn't, and I hate to say this, but like that isn't like working class America?
It's really funny, because I'm not working class America. But I ate baked beans earlier this week.
How were they?
They were disgusting. I'm getting a whole mess of weird search history here from today.
You're on lists now, buddy.
I've got to be.
Why am I picking up yellows? They're fucking
I've been trying really hard not to, other than picking up like the death's breaths. That's what I'm looking out for.
It's like a habit I can't break.
You need to get a patch.
As soon as I stop thinking about it, suddenly I've got a yellow item in my mouth. I'm puffing away.
Cigarettes is where you were going with that. Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm actually pioneering dildo cigars. Let me put it this way. I can see what people are concerned about.
Now I have to look up dildo cigar. Do-it-yourself sex toys with an aluminum cigar tube. Well, this is different.
That makes sense. Yeah. That doesn't count. That's not a cigar. That's a cigar tube. That's a tube.
Yeah. Any images here? No.
I think what I really like about that is the idea that there's a big overlap of women that want a dildo but don't have one, but do have cigars, and have them individually rather than in boxes.
There's a lot of women out there buying individual. Well, maybe it's more that it's the kind of thing that you're living out in the middle of like Gainesville or some tiny town. I don't know if Gainesville is small. I have no idea. But you're living out somewhere where they don't have easy access to a sex shop, and Amazon won't deliver to you because you're unincorporated and the roads aren't paved.
Although, to be fair, it's not exactly accurate to assume this is a woman.
True. This could be a man who has a cigar, who has an interest in cigars, but not enough where he'd buy a whole box of cigars.
Maybe he just wants his butt to smell really bad. Like, worse than usual.
He wants his butt to have that weird raisiny tobacco smell?
Yep. Ugh. If there was an afterlife, I would want it to be just like regular life.
I'd want it to be like regular life, but with like... I don't know, like with more comfortable furniture.
Alright, we'll do two additions. Yours is more comfortable furniture. I'm going to add more whimsy.
Oh, whimsy. That's better than more comfortable furniture.
Well, more comfortable furniture, I wouldn't knock that, mate. That's amazing.
I'm just thinking, just because I've got this desk chair and it's fine, and I've had it for a while, but it's not like the best. It's not like an Aeron chair or anything.
Right.
And like I'm still using that couch, that leather couch from when we lived together, and Aaron is definitely sick of that couch.
But if it was a world with comfortable furniture and whimsy, you'd sit in your comfortable new Aeron chair and you'd be like, "Hey Andy, put your butt on me. Oh no, you got butt flaps." And it'd be so whimsical. Oh, what fun.
Oh my god. I wish I had a talking chair.
Yeah.
See, this is...
and then I sat on his face to subjugate him.
Oh, I'm glad you went with subjugate, not like some weird sex thing.
No.
Where like you're sitting on a chair's face and getting like pleasure out of it.
Oh god, no. No, he does not have nearly pronounced enough of a nose.
And that's really the only thing stopping you.
Yeah, I use his eyes as two ass cushions.
Ah, that does sound nice. This just sounds like something like a children's show. I feel like children's shows had a lot of, what do you call it?
Whimsy?
No, anthropomorphic furniture and appliances. There was talk. Oh, hello, Mr. Stubb. Oh, hello, Margaret.
Oh, I look to bake something today.
I want you to put your cookies in me, and it'll be delicious. And
I think in mine he would be high. Hey man, you want to bake something, man?
Because he's always baking and getting baked.
He'd be like, "Hey, Dillon, I forgot to turn myself off." I'm like, "Dude, you're not on." He's like, "Oh, fuck, man."
See, this is an interesting concept for a cooking show. I'd watch this.
You know, he sounds very endearing. He needs to be that right level of high where it's like everything he does is amusing, but not to the point where it annoys the shit out of him.
So just like 2 points below Jim Brewer.
Exactly. Exactly. Wow, spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
God, Jim Brewer's fucking annoying.
But, like, if he just toned it down just slightly.
Yup.
Wait, where are you?
I'm fighting Odeg the Key Warden.
Why did you go to the Fields of Misery?
Story of my life, man.
Oh, see, I didn't get the machine because you killed him before I... Where did you find it?
It would have been up there.
Okay, then no, I didn't get it.
Right here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, but that's like a personal problem. I'm not going to take responsibility for that.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you hadn't gone off to the Fields of Misery on your own, we could have both gotten a bone machine.
Well, that's fucking ironic, dude, because I was here first, and I'm not miserable, and you are, so maybe think about your actions before you do them.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's only because I've never been fulfilled, emotionally or anything in my life.
Because no one's ever filled your footy pajamas with cum or custard.
Or custard. Or, like, egg pie.
Egg pie? Just egg yolk?
Delicious egg pie. Have you heard of grave eggs?
No.
Oh, this is a weird thing that I'm sad exists.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't sound normal.
Grave eggs. Graved past tense. So what you do is you take egg yolks, and then you do like equal parts
cemetery,
equal parts salt and sugar, and then you cover the egg yolks in those equal parts salt and sugar, and leave them out for like over an hour.
Why would a person do this? Who do they hate? Chickens?
I'm looking at a recipe on foodpeopleplaces.com.
It's too many things for one site.
You think so?
Yep, I think focus on one thing. And you won't be making shit like fucking graved eggs or whatever. I was gonna say gay ravens, I don't know why.
A gay raven sounds like it'd be some sort of weird... Oh, Gilded Baron. Sounds like it would be some sort of weird, weird drink that you get at like a posh or hipster bar.
Are you still out there?
Well, out where? I'm over here. Where are you?
What are you doing up there? I'm doing the fucking thing.
Dude, I'm fighting a Gilded Baron.
And I'm fighting a bounty. Oh my god, you're such a fucking Nancy.
Dude, that's not even a nice thing to say anymore.
You Nancy. It's such a great insult because it's like, who gives a shit about being called a Nancy?
Alright, so where's this bounty you keep bitching about? You're all like, oh, I don't know how to do bounties by myself. I'm so scared in this decaying crypt. I just peed myself for the 3rd time.
That sounds like something I'd say.
Oh, dude, you keep saying it.
With my incontinence.
With your incontinence and your incompetence.
Yeah. I've got an incompetent bladder.
Incompetent. That's an amazing idea. I'm just picturing your bladder as being played by Don Knotts.
Oh, no, I dropped all the piss. I don't know if it's in bags or what.
Alright, so where's this? Okay, it's down there.
What would Don Knotts? How did he sound? Oh,
wow!
No.
Wow! I can't do a Don Knotts.
Oh, Andy.
Oh, Andy!
That's sort of, they were getting there.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Oh, I dropped your bag of piss on the ground.
So that's pretty good. That's pretty good Don Knotts as a bladder. Alright, that was the Don Knotts as Illin's incontinent bladder sketch.
Why are we keeping piss in bags? It's crazy.
Well, that way they're shelf stable. You can just keep them on shelves, and they're easier to pack.
Yeah. And it's for inventory purposes, Don. Now get back to the piss bag table or whatever it is. Whatever's going on in there. Oh, that's the doctor if I ever see him.
Yeah. Don't see a doctor. Don't see a doctor, and especially don't ask him about piss bags. He'll send you to see another doctor, and then that doctor won't let you out.
Good, because I'm an introvert.
Dude runs fast.
He's got those long legs and that small dick. You know what I'm saying?
Is that a thing?
I don't know. Sure. I mean, it is, but
But I mean, is that like
it's not necessarily relevant.
is that a thing people refer to though?
No, I don't think I've heard anyone say that in my entire life.
Okay. I've heard people say that guy's got long legs or that guy's got a small dick.
I've heard those two things separately as well.
But I've never heard them put together as an explanation for running
Why someone's
prowess.
fast. Yeah. It sounds plausible, though, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, I guess that would reduce his drag and
His drag. You fancy yourself long, don't you?
I do. Very. Well, I'm thinking aerodynamic drag, not like physically drag on the floor. Not like a hose.
Like a hose. Yeah, you need to get one of those hose wheels from Home Depot. It doesn't make squeaking noises, but it could.
Is there anything that's like the opposite of WD-40 that will make things that don't squeak squeak?
Mice? I don't know.
Just strap mice to things.
Yeah.
But that doesn't squeak as reliably as you'd like.
Yeah, you need like the hammers, like they do in Monty Python.
Yes, yeah, playing the bells of St. Mary.
The bells of St. Mary.